This past week I found out I was getting an interview with Microsoft. I realized that on my resume I hadn't put down anything in like C++ or Java or whatnot, just FPGA work. So I decided to come up with a project that I could show Microsoft. That could showcase my work in a non-hardware language. I came up with this game. It's called Stoicheo, which is Greek. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but it means to line up. And I'm going to be using like 4 elements: fire, earth, air, water. So Stoichion Stoicheo is the root word for Stoichion, which is the Greek word for elements. So it's kind of a play on Greek words. Title might be changed. I'm not 100% happy with it because I don't think people would be able to pronounce it. I did all the artwork for it myself in paint.net. And I came up with this idea Sunday afternoon, and I've worked on it during my free time this week. And so far, this is what I've got. Okay, so it pops up this board, which is completely randomly generated, and it's made sure that when it first generates, it will not create any of the patterns which will gain you points. So you have both a vertical and horizontal movement, so you can click and then drag, and that'll drag it. So the point is to create something that'll give you points. You can do this by creating 4 in a row, 4 vertically, or a box like this one that I'm about to do over here. Ooh, that's a good chain. You can see the score goes up anytime I do that. So now how this it also works with X's. So if I find one. Oh, here no, that's not a diamond. So anyway, an X would be 3 diagonally and 3 diagonally like that. And what that will do later on is change some of the elements to these alternate like combination ones, which will hold both of the abilities. And what I mean by abilities is like when you create a diamond, anything that's touching that diamond will trail off and be destroyed if it's the same type. So if you made a diamond of leaves, it would destroy all the leaves. And if it would destroy anything that's air as well. So fire would destroy fire and leaf, leaf would destroy leaf and air, air would destroy air and water, water would destroy water and fire. So, and the X, what it does is it destroys the same type. So if you made an X of leaves, it would destroy all the leaves touching it, and any of the air touching it would be turned to these like tornado things, which holds both air and earth ability. So right here I can create a diamond. As you can see, it's horizontal 3 and a vertical 3, and the center is actually where the cursor is at right now. When these get randomly filled back in, it'll chain. So if it creates another scoring ability, like another X or another diamond or another square or row or vertical, it'll automatically take those points as well. So right here I'm going to get rid of the fire, and then it'll do the leaf. Anything that fills in will also be chained. A diamond over here. And the diamonds are worth 100 points, and anything that gets destroyed off of it is worth an additional 10 points. The X is worth 75. Anything destroyed from it is worth 10. Anything changed gives you 5 points. And then the basic row of 4 or vertical of 4 gives you
a base of 50 and then 10 points for everything destroyed other than those 4. So it also chains. An example would be, alright, if I create a thing here, these 2 leaves touching it will also go away. When it's a box or a line, those get destroyed as well. And you can see sometimes it chains pretty good and you get lots of points. Now in the final version, I'm going to have a bar here, and the bar will fill up as you gain points, and once it hits a certain goal, it'll gain a level. And the point of the game is I'm going to have a timer as well, and the timer is going to count down, so you have to reach the next level before the timer goes out. And when you reach the next level, it resets the timer, and you continue playing. So eventually you're going to lose because the timer will run out, because each level, the points that you need will increase. So say you need 2,000 for the first level, then you might need 4,000, then 8,000, or I don't know. I'll still have to come up with that. And I also added a system that's not implemented yet for a score multiplier. And what that'll do is if you chain together, so if you make one move here, see how it did 2? That first one would increase the multiplier by 2, the second one would get the multiplier of 2 added to its score, and then the multiplier would then be increased to 3. So if I were able to move something one more time and create another chain, so I'd be getting lots of points right there. Because the multiplier, I don't know how many times I just went, but it would be pretty high. But if I were to make a move that didn't do it, then the multiplier would reset. And I'm pretty sure I'd have a max for the multiplier too. I just haven't started working on it yet. So that's what I got so far. It's pretty good, I think, for 1 week's work. Oh, also these sides kind of show you what's on the other side, so you don't have to kind of guess if you're going to rotate over. You're like, oh, what's right there? It's just going to be the water that's on this side. And likewise, the fire shows up on the other side. And the same thing for the columns. So just like that. So yeah, that's my game. Hopefully Microsoft likes this. And thanks for watching. A few things I forgot to mention before I ended that last little segment. The certain ones of these are going to have animations on it, like the fire actually is going to look like it's, you know, moving about like an actual flame. Because in my sprite sheet here, I have lots of space to work with, and I'm just going to go down below it here and create animations for particular ones. Like I'll create one for the fire, one for this one. Maybe I'll animate the tornado. I'll definitely animate the rain, and I might animate the steam. So yeah. And one other thing I forgot to mention. When we were playing the game, you need to be able to pause because it's going to have a timer. Because I have no timer right now, this does nothing, but I've already got the pause function ready to go. So you can hit P and it just shows up paused, and the pause variable goes up, so later on I can stop the timer. And that should end my video. Thanks again.